What's up, everyone? It's Shaddoll, and in this video, I have for you a deck profile on Marlon's deck. It's one of his
weird
decks, female empowerment.
I guess.
Yeah. So you want to talk about it? Go for it.
All right. Let me just put that to the side and just start off with the monsters. This is a 3 archetypes in one deck, so it's a lot of. There's a lot to it. So the first thing I have is just the Spellbook engine. It's mostly just one prophecy because any more of that and it's just a dead draw. But I use her mostly. If you do draw into the 3 spellbooks and you have her in hand, I guess you can special summon her. But she's mostly a light target for something else. Put that to the side, and then I have 3 blue boys because it's a spellbook engine. Just perfect to have 3 unless you get Ash Blossomed. And then I have the Shaddoll engine, and that's why I have the. I should have started with the other ones, but I just have 1 beast, 1 hedgehog, and then most beast is just to draw 1 card, but you don't want any more of him. Same with hedgehog, he lets you add 1, and you just don't want to see these cards too much. The Shaddolls you do want to see are like dragons, just to send them and destroy spells and traps, or Squamata, which send your what are they called? Which send your other Shaddolls, and that's why I run like trips of both of these, and they're also like 19s and 18s, and they have pretty good flip effects because Squamata destroys 1, which can be easy removal, and most people just run into them. But the better one would be Dragon. If it can't be targeted, then it kind of fizzles. But mostly anything that you'll just bounce it back, and you can just get rid of stuff like that. Yeah, and I'm also running Alistair, trips of those, just to get the 1000 boost, because his effect to add invocation, or you can also drop him from hand to give a boost to any fusion monster, and that's really good for some of the extra deck monsters that you really want to keep on board. And then just 1 Inspector Warder, another light target, and he's a really good, like, just first turn, just drop him, or if you like, I don't know, if you clear the board somehow, yeah. And then onto spells, we've got triple of the secrets, always want that. And then you just have doubles of Spellbook of the Master. You don't want to, I personally don't want to run 3. It would be okay to run 3 if you're to like do this, because it does let you copy anything, but you do need another one in hand. And double of the Fate as well. I was running Tree, but it was just, I was seeing it too often, and most of the time I couldn't get 3 spellbooks engraved. And then 2 of Knowledge as well. You just want, so you could send one of the other spellbook cards, but I mostly just run 2 just to small engine. And then 1 Eternity just to get back any of the banished spellbook cards. You can get back Master, and then you can just go copy Eternity again and grab another one, and then you have about 3. 1 Wisdom, it's a small lance, and it works for most of my monsters because most of them are spellcaster. And I do run 2 towers. I could just drop it to 1, but I like running the 2. It's a good, most people ignore this field spell, and it's a really great way to recycle all your spellbook cards. And that's it for the spellbook engine. I'm also running 2 magical meltdowns and 2 invocations, just to see Alistair and just to be able to get off invocation. And the other fusion cards I'm running are 1 El Shaddoll fusion and 2 Shaddoll fusions. And this, I want to push it up to 3. I haven't bought a 3rd one because it is really strong in this meta, as a lot of people are going into their extra deck and just doing stuff. And I need to also buy a 3rd super poly just super polymerization. It can just take any card and you just fuse it away. Then I have 1 Book of the Law for any of the invoked monsters, 1 Mind Control, It's just a funny card just to grab one. Usually people don't stop it, and then you can fuse it or link it away. And one warning, just to have that one counter in there. I can switch out warning for anything else, but I just have it in there. Ooh. And for my extra deck monsters, I do run 3 Winda. She is the strongest kind of monster to kind of go up against the meta, as she only allows 1 special summon, and she herself can't be destroyed by card effects. And you can, like I said before, you can just use A-lister. If they get anything that 22 or higher, she can be 32 with that. And you just try to protect Winda with all your fates to just banish any. It's non-targeting as well, so Fate is a really powerful card to help keep Winda there. And then I've got 1 Construct. I don't really go into Construct. It's mainly like one of those last ditch cards, but she's a really strong Shaddoll monster as she sends monsters. She can send you a Beast or a Squamata, whatever you need, just to get more effects off. And she has her own effect of being able to just immediately destroy any special summoned monster. And being a 2800, she's really strong. And then I mostly run the other ones just for their typing: water, fire, earth, wind. I don't use them mostly for their effects. They're all pretty good. Analysis can be good against, if you ever see it, Necroz, some of the other, like any ritual monster that need to special summon, she can stop those. I forget what Grista does. Shekanaga doesn't allow herself to be targeted if you just discard a... Oh no, that's not one. Whoops, it's just these 3 for Shaddolls. I don't run the Wind Shaddoll. Wendigo is just... I feel like Wendigo doesn't do anything, but for Shaddolls, I do run these 3. They seem one of the better ones. And for Invoked and Super Poly, I run 2 Rajins. He doesn't do much against Link monsters, but you can stop Links early on by just flipping something face down, and that's what he can do. And the stronger of the Invoked monsters, Mechaba, just, if you have him, if you're able to get these 2 out, you've basically won. And that's just game, because Mechaba will negate anything that's really scary, and Window will just stop them from special summoning. Then I've got 1 Caliga and 1 Magelica for any Earth monster and any Dark. They're just there for that, for super poly targets. And then for my linked monster, I do have 1 Alistair and 1 Wee Witch. This should be another Alistair, but for right now I'm just gonna use Wee Witch, just to have like some link options if I like Mind Control or whatever. Because Alistair, since a lot of monsters aren't really like Spellcaster Dark or something else, you can just Alistair into it. Or if you do run into another Dark deck, you can do Wee Witch. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. I don't have a lot of things to say about this deck.
Where'd you get the playmat?
I got an Anime Expo. It was fun. It was $20. It was not super expensive, so that was nice.
If you could make any other changes to the deck, what would you do other than the 3 of...
I'd probably pull out Warning, and then I'd more likely side to this and something else. And this for Twin Twisters.
There's a dog out there and it's like, do it now. Do it.
Yeah, I'd probably just put in Twin Twisters into this deck and probably add a few hand traps instead of like... I'd probably keep the 1 Beast, but switch out Hedgehog and maybe someone else, or just add in another like just some light hand trap just to kind of round out the deck.
Cool. Alright then. Well, thanks for watching. Peace.